Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. This is Dosha with DoshaDreamsTarot, and this is a reading for the sign of Cancer. This is for Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus signs, or wherever you have Cancer in your chart. Please keep in mind it is a general reading, so it may or may not resonate with you. Just take what does, leave the rest for somebody else. Cross watchers, you are welcome here, but just keep in mind this is Cancer's reading, so you can't get mad at me if I expose you for your bad behavior or if I talk shit about you, okay? This is Cancer's reading. Gender is fluid, y'all, so this is not a gender-specific reading. I attempt to use gender-neutral language in order to make my readings more accessible when I go to describe the cards, okay? But if I feel pretty strong energy coming through that seems pretty specific, I'm going to go ahead and call it and say that because I got to channel the messages as they come out, y'all. But roles can be reversed and everything, too, so it really helps to not attach gender to each specific role, right? Okay, we've covered that. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into your reading. I hope that you will like, share, comment, or subscribe by the time you leave here today. It really does help the message go further, the channel grow bigger, everything like that. Let's go ahead and get into it. Thank you so much, Spirit, for your divine messages and guidance. We are deeply grateful. We know we couldn't do this without you. Would you please help guide Cancer today for their highest good, Spirit? And please bless us and protect us as we move forward into this reading. Okay, first card coming out is the Three of Pentacles. For water signs right now, I am getting like a strong collaborative vibe here. Working on something. Okay. Interesting. Anything else, Spirit? We'll take a peek at it. Wow, we got some major cards, major arcana cards coming out here. Interesting. Okay, so something is changing about the way that you approach and work with other people. It could be, you could be reflecting on things from the past at this time, or kind of invigorating old projects, or maybe even people who you used to connect with and working with them on things potentially. This could be you acknowledging where you're unhappy right now, or the area of your life that really may need a little bit more love and attention and care. And I feel like you're starting to come into that realization, and you're now open to focusing in on that area of your life. And really, I feel like whatever was holding you back in the past from working on that is starting to come, it's, I almost said it's starting to come loose, or it's starting to, but what I mean is that whatever's holding you back is starting to have less and less significance in your life here. And you're starting to allow that to unravel and dissipate and basically be eliminated. This obstacle, whatever it is, you know, for you to work on something, right? You've got the Eight of Swords in reverse here, and the Nine of Cups in reverse. So like I said, I feel like you're looking at what areas of your life where that you're not fulfilled at this time, and you're starting to recognize what obstacles have been in your way to achieving that. With the Judgment card here, this is really talking about recognizing not only that you're feeling reinvigorated in certain areas of your life, certain areas that have become maybe dormant is a good word. I don't want to say stagnant or like docile. I don't know why those words are coming through, but I don't want to necessarily say that. I want to say dormant, an area of your life that has not had a whole lot of focus, right? And it's like all of a sudden it's starting to come into focus. That's what I'm getting here. And you're getting opportunities to make decisions to reinvigorate that part of your life. And I'm getting with this Three of Coins, it's really the way that you work, either projects that you're working on or working on things with other people. Somehow you're starting to see that that's what has been missing from your life, is this collaboration energy, which is really cool. Queen of Coins in reverse at the bottom of the deck, which isn't feeling incredibly significant, but maybe that's significant for some of you guys. Sorry. I'm just saying sorry because I'm having some thoughts come through. I actually just saw the Eight of Pentacles And I was like, why does that feel so significant? And it took me a second, but now I'm realizing it's really, this is about the work that you do. Wow, that maybe there's something that you really enjoy doing that you haven't been doing, and you're realizing now that it's actually making you really unhappy. It has to do with the work that you do. Does that make sense? You felt kind of stuck in there, in whatever state of mind that you were in, that was where that you weren't working on the things that you like to do. Does that make sense? I know it sounds all so like obvious. Ten of Swords in reverse. Yeah, okay, cool. Because with the Judgment card, this is about, I am seeing that, where that it's resurrecting old projects, or old, this could even be old friendships, old connections, right? Because the collaboration, you're kind of, I'm almost just getting the word unlocking. You're unlocking something that you locked away. Does that make sense? Or you locked away, or you put on the back burner, or you kind of, these are things that did not go away completely. It did not die, but were just put on hold. So this is the dormancy that I was feeling, is this things that are still alive, but they are just not in flow, or they're not being put into practice, or they're not changing or growing, right? It's just staying where it is. I'm just getting these funny little quips or something, but it's just like a moment in time, right? That you just kind of locked away in a time capsule almost, is what I'm getting. And this could be a short time frame or a long time frame, but something about a time capsule, that the thoughts that you, but this is a project. It's just like the reason why I say time capsules is it's been preserved where it was when you left off. So like I said, this could be collaboration with other people. This could be projects that you started and then let go of. But you're realizing that is actually, that's what is impacting your emotional satisfaction, is you actually pursuing these projects that you left behind. Wow. Well, these things aren't over, and you're starting to remove the obstacles that were basically put. It's almost like you're, wow, okay, interesting. Well, oh, wow, cool. Okay, so you got the World at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so this is definitely exactly like, I feel like, what was the term that just came to me? There was a little saying. I don't know why I'm getting all these little quips right now, but, okay, it was like you're actually, this is so funny, but it's almost like you're realizing that you've constructed these like brick walls around your idea or your project, or these connections with other people, where you've put something in, I don't want to say limbo, but you basically walled it in, and you're realizing that these obstacles are really, they're mental obstacles. They're excuses why you tell yourself you can't do something, or they're excuses as to why you shouldn't connect with certain people. And like, there's always reasons, and I don't want to say they're all excuses, but I think that you, to a certain extent, were just like put a wedge between yourself and that thing, and whatever that wedge is actually like a wall, and you're deconstructing it now. Like, that's why I felt like you're unlocking the door that you locked, right? Like, you purposely separated yourself from something or somebody or a project, an idea, and you I don't know why I'm getting these funny ways of saying things right now, but it's like you distanced yourself from it. You purposefully and intentionally decided not to do something, but not to just, you know what I mean, end it completely, but more so for you to pick up back on it later. Okay, so this is so fun because you're getting the Hanged Man. It's almost like you were like, okay, I'm taking a sabbatical, right? Like, so imagine that you are, working on a project, or say you're writing a book or something, and you're just like, well, I'm just going to take a little hiatus, right? That's kind of what I'm getting here. So it's almost like you took a hiatus and a break from something. It was like, oh, I'll come back to it, right? That's the feeling that I'm getting, or, but you intentionally decided to take a break from it. Whatever it is, you know what I mean? Or even a break from people. So it's like you took a hiatus, you took a break, and then you're realizing that you need to get back to this project now, because it's now you're actually unhappy, and you're starting to realize that that's why you're unhappy, is because you put these things on the back burner, And some of these project ideas, like, this is what I'm saying, is you'll know which one I'm talking about, because you're probably thinking about it right now, is what I'm getting, is that you'll know which one I'm talking about here is the one that you should be focusing on. Because we all have all kinds of ideas, I think, you know, of things we want to do, or, you know, projects that we want to complete. And, you know, more often than not, our inspirations are spot on, but, you know, sometimes we get inspired to do stuff, we try it, it doesn't work out, and so we give up on it. You know what I mean? But this is the project that you really wish that you could accomplish, or you really wanted to accomplish, or you hope to accomplish in the future. So it's something that you have decided, I want to do this. It's a good thing. It's a good idea, whatever it is. Or this is a relationship that I think could be fruitful or beneficial, right? And when I say relationship, I mean this could be friendships, colleagues, you know what I mean? Bosses, whatever it is. These are people that you could have a good communication with or collaborate with in whatever way. Good working relationships, I'm getting a lot from this card. And so this is like a time frame of resurfacing. These are other people are going to start resurfacing in your life, Cancer, if they haven't already. I'm getting that these are people resurfacing in your life, and things that you thought were over, or you knew they weren't over, but they were dormant, right? Connections go dormant. That happens a lot. We go our separate ways, and then it's like, you know what I mean? Either we come back together, or we don't. So I'm getting that this is a time of coming back together with people. And I was getting this for the water sign vibe, like I'm getting that, and experiencing it personally in my own life too, which is wild. But, you know, but the Eight of Swords in reverse is you're realizing that, you know, that there's been some kind of obstacle between you and other people, or some kind of obstacle between you and your projects, and you're recognizing what it is, and you're starting to deconstruct it. That's the word I'm getting to, is deconstruct. And like I said, it's almost like removing bricks from a wall or something, or, you know what I mean, accessing it again somehow, because you're realizing that you being in this contemplative state, or kind of putting things on hold, right? Because the Hangman, it's like you're, you know what I mean, suspended in time, almost, is what I'm getting. You left things hanging. Oh my God, I'm getting so many things. Yeah, loose ends is something I'm getting to, because if you look at the rope around him, it's like dangling. There's like a dangling rope. It's like you've left some loose ends untied here, okay? And there's a resurrection of these things to be addressed again, to be dealt with, to be balanced, okay? Because we've got the Two of Coins. This could end up being a very busy time for you, Cancer. I'm getting that you could end up with you know, having to throw more things into the balance here, learning how to balance out responsibilities or new things, like say that you want to foster and cultivate these working, or, you know, friendships, or whatever types of relationships in your life. Then these people are going to be back in your life in a certain regard. So you're going to have to, you know what I mean, to a certain balance your schedule, right? To be able to fit people in, or to fit in project time, or, you know what I mean, whatever, like, I'm going to meet with this person because we want to talk about this specific project, or whatever it is. Like, you know what I mean? This is the type of stuff I'm feeling for this Two of Pentacles. This is not like juggling in an unhealthy way. This is you having something to juggle, having some stuff to juggle here, because stuff is coming back up for you. These working, either these projects, these working relationships, I'm getting these friendships. It's really quite cool. And, you know, you could definitely have some, like, you know, old romantic interest come up too. That's not out of the question here, because that's still a type of relationship, and that's still a type of collaboration to a certain extent. It can be, depending on what you're looking for, right? But, like, so Two of Pentacles is really talking about balancing out and having these things that you're trying to you know, essentially integrate into your life, right? Because there's obstacles to it, right? As I said, obstacles to Two of Swords, right? You were stuck. You didn't feel like you could. That's the thing, is I don't think that it's that you hermit mode. Yeah, you really have gone within, and you know what? It makes a lot of sense also, Cancer, if you're the type of person who has been, you know, has been trying to be as safe as possible with COVID and everything, like sacrificing a lot of, you know what I mean, a lot of fun and a lot of, you know, time with other people and stuff, and just kind of, you know, just trying to focus on you know, first off, because a lot of people have reacted to this pandemic in a lot of different ways. And I know some people don't like to talk about, you know what I mean, how they feel about certain things, because apparently everyone feels differently, I guess. But personally, I think that, you know, there's been a lot of people who have taken that route of, you know, distancing themselves from other people and from the public spaces and stuff like that. And, you know, some people do it because of anxiety and, you know, and everything like that, because that's very real. I think that it's, you know, pretty ableist to say that people are just living in fear when they do that, because it's not just about fear, it's about, you know, mental health. And so I think that's a conversation that people aren't really addressing very much. So it's a trade-off. Is like, you know, there are a lot of people with OCD, and if you don't know, you know, I don't want to get too into other things, but like OCD is a very real and prevalent thing, and a lot of people think of it in a certain way, just like a lot of, you know, kind of mental health struggles. There's a lot of stigma around each one, so everyone kind of thinks of a certain thing, and they think, oh, OCD means like you touch the same thing 4 or 5 times. It's like, it's actually a lot more than that. And like, I don't know why I'm mentioning that, but what I'm saying is that a lot of people have struggled with this pandemic because they have chosen to isolate, because they feel like that in some ways is better for their mental health, but then being in isolation is then not great for mental health either. You know what I mean? So it's kind of a trade-off. It's like, I'm trying to do the right thing by protecting myself and my community, by not going to public spaces if I don't have to, by, you know, limiting the amount of contact I have with other people. You know, it's like, we're just trying to do the right thing here. This is like, you know what I mean? This is people responding to a totally, you know, a strange circumstance here. Just using some of my aura cleanser because this is some interesting energy coming through. It's like I said, I really, you know, I try not to get super deep into that sort of thing, but I feel like it should be fairly obvious. I shouldn't be afraid to say that I think it's the right thing for people to, you know, not be running wild. You know what I mean? Because I think there's so many people who are running wild that it's like, oh, you know, I better be careful not to make those people feel bad, or like, you know what I mean? It's, all I'm saying is that it's not always living in fear. It's just, you know what I mean, trying to live wisely, right? Just trying to be kind. And it's, you know what I mean? I'm not saying if you're out there having fun and doing your thing, like, do you, but don't judge other people, because if you don't want to be judged, then you shouldn't judge people for isolating themselves either, because that's just, you know what I mean? That just feels like the best thing that people can do sometimes, especially when they can't handle the, you know what I mean, the stress load of the idea of getting sick and then getting, you know what I mean, their kids sick, or, you know, say they have a partner with kids, getting their partner's kids sick. You know what I mean? It's like there's a lot of, you know, I think people just have a fair amount of concern and fear, which, you know, like I said, it's not a bad thing to trust your feelings if you're feeling fearful or cautious of something. Fear and caution are actually hardwired into us to help us survive, okay? So to make fun of fear is actually really reckless and disrespectful to fear itself and the role it plays, you know what I mean? But at the same time, it's not always living in fear, like I said, and it doesn't mean you're weak. It, you know what I mean, can mean that you just simply can't handle the social anxiety. So, okay, I don't know why I got into all that. I apologize for the rant and the offshoot. Some of you guys might resonate with that and understand what I'm saying, or get a little bit of confirmation as to what you're experiencing here. But what I'm getting is that you have been, you know, isolating yourself. And I feel like now you're realizing that, okay, I've put a lot of obstacles between me and other people, me and my projects, me and my ability to, you know what I mean, have things going on. So there is safe ways for me to start to reintegrate, you know what I mean, into being in collaboration with other people, right? Because if everybody's following protocol and being safe, then they're safe people to be around, and you can, you know, decide your, you know, comfort level. So it's almost like you went from being on like super, you know, like conscientious and like radically, you know, what's the word? Stringent and disciplined, okay, right? Like being very strict, okay? And there's a time and place for that, you know? And then I think that now you're kind of realizing, okay, well then what areas of my life can I loosen up on in order to bring things back into balance? Because you're like, yes, that was necessary at the time. Now I feel it's necessary for me to take these assessed risks, right, in order to start to connect with other people and further my projects, my ideas, and like the things that are, you know, that have been dormant and put on the back burner, right? So that's what I'm getting for you. Thank you so much, Spirit, for these messages. I do hope they're helpful to the Cancer Collective here. Because honestly, this is really big, and I think that a lot of people can relate to this. And the Fool card, yes, okay, starting something new, being willing to take risks. That's really what this is like you were not willing to take risks in the past, and that's okay, because I feel like you were trying to do the right thing here. But I feel like now you're realizing, okay, well, I don't want to be so defensive, you know what I mean, that I'm not able to accomplish things or accomplish my purpose or accomplish my goals, right? Like this is a very fruitful time right now, Cancer, and I feel like this is a time to take advantage of the momentum, and like I said, these things coming back around, because these will be opportunities, and you can decide if you want to and you can decide, sorry guys, I'm not taking those, sorry Spirit, but you can decide what you want to pursue or not, right? But at least you're opening yourself up to pursuing it, right? As I say that, Two of Swords, yeah. I feel like you've been pretty blocked, and you might actually have a little bit of difficulty, okay? I'm not gonna lie. You could have a little difficulty opening up, and I think you could have a little bit of difficulty getting back in the swing of things, potentially, okay? But Spirit is saying with the Tower card in reverse, interesting, is that I feel like you're going to address this imbalance, because that's what I'm seeing it as in a way. You're going to address it before it gets out of hand here, where that then you're like, okay, I'm like really lonely, or okay, I'm like, you know, things are not picking up for me, and you know, that sort of thing. Like I don't think you're going to let that happen, but I think you're just recognizing where that you might have some resistance. Okay, so just acknowledge your resistance and look at it for what it is. It's there to play its role to help you, keep you safe. Okay, the Empress, like, yeah, this is what I was feeling. This is a very abundant time right now. This is a very fruitful time, and I think that this is a time that you should take advantage of while being safe as you can, but be willing to take some risks, and also realize that there are going to be things coming back up and back around for you, and it's really totally an opportunity for you to actually embrace these relationships, embrace these projects, whatever's going on, and be willing to actually engage back with them. And I feel like it really is going to bring things back into balance for you. King of Cups at the bottom of the deck, that's your energy, Cancer, and that's definitely the energy of being loving, you know what I mean, having a lot of emotional balance and capacity, right? Okay, Six of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, you're seeing where in, you know, this might be what you look out for here, Cancer, is that as these people come back up and around, I'm not saying that everybody is somebody who you should re-engage with, and you'll know the difference, because this also is a time where you, if you know, you're elevating, right, so to speak, then there's going to be people coming back around who don't want to lose you, because they can feel that you're moving on to another plane, basically, not to be dramatic, but you know, you're moving on to a different path, a different life, and you know, one where that they might not be able to follow you, right? So they may be kind of wanting to make sure that you don't forget about them, you know, so that could be coming up, and you'll be looking out for it. Yeah, Temperance card in reverse, you're going to be looking for the people who you know, are impatient for your love, time, and attention, the people who you know, I mean, I think you're also just seeing, like I said, where things are out of balance here. That's really what this is drawing attention. You've taken plenty of time to contemplate and go within with this Hanged Man to see where that things are out of balance and where you are unhappy. Like these are the areas that you need to, you know, get back into balance. Yeah, Five of Wands in reverse. This is totally talking about like what you're going to be, what your intentions are, or what you are going to be looking out for also, is that people who are out of balance and impatient, people who aren't giving you know, equally to the connection like you are, you know what I mean? You're looking at this, and you're also looking at, you know, you don't want any conflict or drama, so you're going to avoid, you know, the people who are coming back around who you feel like might bring you that, you know what I mean? I'm definitely getting that for you. Thank you so much, Spirit. Are there any other messages for Cancer before we close the reading out? Do some oracle cards. Okay, this card was really wanting to be... Yeah, that's so funny. 5 of Wands in reverse, yeah. Yeah, I feel like that's really important to you. It's really just important to you that things are balanced and aren't... Wow. Queen of Cups at the bottom of the deck this time. Well, that's kind of a little bit of an omen, I think. A little bit of a little sprinkle to make you think about things, right? Because like I said, I think that it is going to be, to a certain extent, there will be some folks returning from the past. This could be past romantic relationships too. It doesn't have to just be friendships and working relationships. That's just the most of the vibe that I'm getting. But it could be easily something romantic too. Okay, so I'm not going to lie here. Okay, let's go ahead and get some oracle cards out and just see what they got to say. Ooh, confront your obstacles head on. I don't know if you can see that with the light there. These are just some oracle cards I made. They're a little messy. But confront your obstacles head on. Like, what was I saying about this 8 of Swords in reverse is you recognizing the obstacles. Mysterious and spontaneous miracles. Which, right as I got that card out, I touched the Judgment card. So that actually feels like that these people, situations, opportunities, projects, endeavors, whatever it is, these things are going to happen out of nowhere, and you're going to be like, whoa, this is out of left field. How much of this is happening right now? And this is Spirit's way of telling you, like, prepare yourself. Ooh, what do you want? Because I feel like you're going to have some options here. You're going to be able to decide because you've decided to a certain extent what it is that you want. You know what I mean? This is also, Spirit's kind of saying dream big. That's what I just heard too. Dream big because your projects and your ideas here, Cancer, I feel like they're actually gonna, they're gonna take off. Oh, there's always something to be grateful for. That's really sweet. You know, that feels like kind of a future omen though too. That there's going to be a lot to be grateful for. You know, and it's going to be happening back to back. Like, I feel like this is going to be rather consistent, almost like with this 2 of Pentacles. You know what I mean? I feel like you're going to be revisiting a lot of old dynamics also. And when those dynamics come up, Cancer, just ask yourself what you want in your life, what types of people, what types of situations, and you get to decide. You get to decide, you know what I mean, what you want and what's going to work for you. Yeah, Spirit's saying it's not going to be hard for you to figure that out. You're going to see pretty easy what's balanced and what's not, and you're going to be able to make good choices based on that. Oh my God, you keep getting these little hints. So cute, it's gross. Meaning like being kind of cutesy in love with somebody, right? Hit it out of the park at the bottom of the deck. Totally, I really feel like this is you succeeding at these things. And I really feel like I'm going to pull some romance oracle cards because I feel like this has definitely got to be like there's these little hints that are getting dropped of some romantic stuff too, Cancer. It might not be playing center stage here, or at least it's just kind of peeking in as a surprise or something, which I don't want to expose the surprise. But oh, cool. Okay, when it comes to matters of the heart, there's no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life and love. Okay, so that's kind of what there's always something to be grateful for, and what do you want? It's almost like you're going to have options here. Like, I'm getting a lot of people coming around. Especially with this 5 of Wands in reverse, like, I don't feel like it's going to be anything you can't handle. I think you're actually going to do quite well here in kind of making choices and deciding what it is you want, and kind of, you know what I mean? Like I said, you might have a little bit of resistance or difficulty making decisions at first, like I said, but you're going to quickly get back into the swing of things because, you know, this isn't your first rodeo, Cancer, but it just might be the first time in a little while, okay, is what I'm getting. So all this stuff coming back up is actually really good. And I'm just getting good feelings about it. These cards are cute. I'm just like, oh, wait, did you get 2? Okay, I'm actually... Okay, I'm going to read you both of these, and then we're going to close out the reading, so I'll just stand up to show you the cards. But, okay, new beginning. A new adventure awaits. Embrace it and live your dreams passionately. See, I really was feeling that as like, be willing to take risks, be willing to make decisions to start something new, to live passionately. Okay, I know that it sounds scary for a lot of folks who have been in isolation. I just get that that's kind of the group that I'm reading for here. If it isn't and that part doesn't resonate with you, that's fine. If everything else does, then cool. You're just in a different camp, and you're still in the same, you're still at the same event, right? But you're just at different camps. So that's okay. But I'm just getting that for some of y'all, like I said, there might be a little bit of resistance at first, but you're going to get back into the swing of it. I know it can sound scary, but Spirit is really trying to encourage you to do it. And also, just like I said, be safe, be smart, do the best that you can, have those safety conversations with people, take assessed risks, you know what I mean? Like, keep doing protocol, but just, you know what I mean? Be open to, you know, connecting with other people. You know, you can quarantine ahead of time and get tested if you want also before you hang out with people. Like, I'm getting really logistical here, and I know a lot of tarot readers don't do this sort of thing, but this is just Spirit tells me what to tell you guys. So I'm trying to help ease the concerns of anyone who's hearing this, and it's kind of like, yeah, easier said than done, because I'm not gonna just like go out there and live my life passionately, right? But Spirit's saying there's safe places to do this. Okay, so wow, this one is pretty, okay, so sexual union, I know. Honor the place in one another where you are one eternal soul, for there you will find true bliss. Wow, so yeah, y'all, you might definitely be having a lot of good things coming in for you that you're gonna have to kind of like, it'll be like whack-a-mole. I don't know why I'm getting that, but it'll be more like pick-a-mole, you know? Where it'll be like lots of stuff will be happening. It'll kind of be like, okay, what do I want? Do I want that? Does that feel good? Does that, you know, balanced? Is that fair? You know what I mean? Is this gonna make me happy? Like, does this align with where I'm going and what I want to do? And I think a lot of it will, but I think, you know, you'll probably have to choose, because I think you're gonna be really attractive right now with this Empress card. So you might be just having a lot of people coming in, you know, and enjoying the vibe here, Cancer. So, you know, just you pick and choose what works for you, and, you know, go from there. So anyway, that's your reading, Cancer. I'm going to leave it there. Please do like, share, comment, or subscribe before you leave. Also, if you need a dream interpretation, I do that. And so my contact info is in the description box below. It's sliding scale. I like to make it accessible to folks. So you just talk to me and we will discuss it and kind of, you know what I mean, go from there. So if you need help with something, just let me know. Really, we can work it out. Also, my donation links are down below, so if you feel like dropping me a donation, that really means a lot to me, helps a lot. Yeah, that's your reading. So anyway, I appreciate you. Thank you for stopping in, and I hope to see you again next time.